Fort Madison's taking a major step forward in environmental and infrastructural health. A multi-million-dollar sewer separation project is underway to divide the city's combined storm and sanitary sewer systems. Work on 10th Street begins this week and will run from the riverfront to Denmark Hill. Roads will be replaced as part of the project, as well as sidewalks if needed. The city is under a legal order from the Environmental Protection Agency to separate the sewer lines to stop runoff from going into the Mississippi River.
This project has been a conversation in the city of Fort Madison for numerous years, probably back to 2009, which was when we received information from the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, that we needed to separate our storm and water sewers separately. Currently they're together, and this is the first of series of numerous different projects from 10th, 9th, 8th, and 7th.
The project is expected to be completed by November of 2027.